Hello, BookTube, and I'm here with a bit of an update. Many of you, or everyone, I think, is aware that I've not been doing too well health wise over the last couple months. I have long COVID, so those are sort of issues that crop up, and for the last while, it was not being able to rest while laying down, breathing difficulties. Uh, However, because of normal regular checks with my district nurses that come uh, last week, my blood pressure was extremely high. It was like 220 over something. And I first thought, well, there was a mistake, but they came back the next day to test it, and it was still high. Doctor called me on Friday morning and then came over to visit, and the blood pressure was still extremely high, and he thought I might have had. Well, I'm definitely retaining fluids because of my lymphedema, and he thought there might be fluids in my lungs, which turns out probably there was, and that was a big issue with the breathing. Now, I was taken into hospital on Friday, and I was released Monday. They did a number of tests, and I'm on at the moment diuretics. They started me on them on Saturday with injections, and woo, it's like Niagara Falls. I can tell you that. At least for Saturday and part of Sunday. Now it's slowing down a little bit, but my breathing is better, thankfully. And my blood pressure, even before that, was starting to stabilize because I was given another medication just before this on Thursday. I started. So I think that has helped. There's a number of issues that I have. I do have a leaky heart valve. Um, and that's being sort of looked into. It's more of a long term thing that was looked into because of last year. It was found that I had a murmur. Now I'm not 100% sure if the murmur equals the leaky heart valve. That's still to be determined because it's sometimes a little difficult to get information out of doctors or correct information. The first couple doctors that I had on Saturday morning seemed to be fine. And then on Sunday, it's like this person was saying that I had heart failure. Not possible heart failure, but I had heart failure. So, uh, and he wasn't even aware of the leaky valve, which was on my record there. So, this all culminates to the fact that it could be, depending on how bad these other things are, it could be first stages of heart failure. But as I say, there needs to be a lot more investigation and a number of things because obviously weight is a factor, but I'm at a point where I'm trying to get on the injections to lose weight because of other issues and long COVID issues. Sort of just getting up and walking and exercising is not an answer to losing weight at this moment, uh, and the lymphedema in my legs as well. So there's a lot of things going on here. Sleep apnea, most likely as well, and all sort of. I have no doubt in my mind charged by long COVID. COVID is sort of making things and conspiring, things to be worse than they should be. But yeah, so uh, I can lay down now. My breathing is better. The problem is laying down now because of the diuretics. I'm getting severe cramps in my feet and my lower legs, in the shins and the calf muscles. So you solve one problem and then something else comes up to prevent me from laying down for any length of time. So I'm still sort of in that in between point, and I'm waiting to. They did another blood test today, because I was like on intravenous things in the hospital, and uh, so there's more blood taken today to see what sort of, I guess, salts or minerals and so forth that I might be a bit depleted because of the diuretics, so I can get some supplements for that. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I know potassium is one of them because I have been on diuretics before, and so I came back home to some very ripe bananas. So I scoffed down a number of bananas today, just in hopes of building up a bit of potassium there. And but yeah, but I want to thank everybody. I received a lot of get well wishes from a number of you, and I just wanted to thank you for the get well, and and to say and to sort of say that I'm back home, thankfully, because hospitals are horrible for me because of my weight. The mattresses, it's like, just think of a normal weight person throwing a thin blanket over a frame of pipes and metal, and then trying to lay on it, and things go asleep. Backside goes asleep, and then the chair isn't very comfortable either, so I can't even rest in my chair properly. So it's up and about, back and forth through these things, and after 3 nights, it's a little difficult to do. And the doctors were good for the most part. Nurses, it's just a lot of places. There's a lot of incompetency with things like the one doctor didn't know what he was talking about. He had so many things wrong, and also I was told that I could get some cares because I was for 2 weeks. As it turns out, it's only for like, well, one day of actual care and one day of an assessment. And they came this morning, and I just said, well, there's no use for that anyway. It's not going to help. So yeah. So there's not a lot. There's not a lot of help out there for people, that need a little extra help. But thankfully, I can get by with most things myself. So I'm glad for that. But yeah, and just on the financial side, I did get like I've always said, there's 3 payments that I get. Get the fingers right here. 3 payments. And I've been working on 2 since sort of before Christmas, and then the third one, so I was only on 1, and that was the very bad period. Now the one that was cut off before Christmas is back in full, and the third one I'm still waiting to hear whenever that is. So I can scrape by on the 2. Like I can get by on things. I don't have extra money for anything, like for anything extra, splurging on any extra foods or anything like that. But thankfully, I can get by, and that's the main thing. So, and again, thank everybody for helping out for that period, and also for your get well wishes. So anyway, I've gone on for 10 minutes here, not saying a lot, but I still don't know when I'll be actively back on BookTube. I'm hoping to continue with my Clifford Simak readings, and maybe this weekend, if I can get things done, I'm shooting for that. So anyway, thank you, BookTube. Bye for now.